Hello and welcome to 6DOF Reviews. So, this is T for God, and those of you who have been following Quest game development, generally speaking, might be familiar with the game, because it started off life on SideQuest, and it only recently got a full release on Quest. It's still in App Lab, but this is the full game, at least until they add more to it. This is not the demo that used to exist on SideQuest. So, the big pitch, there's some action, there's some exploration, but the big pitch with T for God is that it uses procedurally generated impossible spaces. So basically you walk around in your room scale environment. Oh, I don't want one yet. Okay, there we go. So what am I supposed to be doing? Oh, it's transporting me. So basically it uses impossible spaces in the sense that it uses the room scale that you have in whatever Guardian area you've got to make the game feel like it's a lot bigger than your room scale. It uses that, it does that in a variety of ways. You have winding passages, you have elevators, you move physically. In a sense, it's a little bit like what was it called?
We know very little about this place. Space that is impossible to scan. All Alia told us is that she is held at the top of an enormous tower, and she can't leave it. There are two things we're sure of, though. First, this is where our technology comes from. Second, many have entered this place, but no one has ever left.
Okay, so you may remember we sort of recently, reviewed Temple of the Eye, I guess it was called, the Indiana Jones sort of thing, and that also used impossible spaces. And I remember that in that review I basically said that reminded me of T for God, because T for God came first, and because basically there's this idea of using your room scale space with a few visual tricks to make you feel that the game is occurring in a much, much larger space. So, as you can see, I mean, I started over there, and I just came around here and walked over here, and now this door is locked. Touch side of the headset to show hide. Overlay system. Okay, so, yeah, so it basically, like I said, it uses some clever tricks to make the game world feel physically larger than your room scale, while keeping you in your room scale. So it's a pretty clever trick, and it used to work. It worked very well even in the initial SideQuest version of the game, which was much simpler and much smaller, and I don't remember it looking quite as good. This generally, the art style has been refined as far as I can see. Oh, deploy weapon. Oh, cool. I've got a weapon now. Alright, here we go. Hold weapon. Okay.
Cascade polarization detected.
Cascade polarization detected. That doesn't sound like a good thing. System override. Looks. Am I gonna die? Still got the gun. So what's going on? Where should I be going?
1, 2, 4. Square. System
Computer's going
stabilized.
crazy. Computer's going crazy. System stabilized.
Low
That
shield.
sounds
Low
good.
energy. Weapons damaged. Find energy source. Find weapon replacement.
Okay, so here we go. Now that we've moved, we can... But there you go, see, it's already doing this trick. Like, I was here a second ago, but it was a room, and now it's a tunnel. And I guess you're getting what I mean about the impossible spaces. My room scale area is not that big, so the game is probably having to wind me around things more than it would if I had a bigger space. Oh, it charged that up. Okay. So I imagine that the game would definitely take advantage of a bigger space if you had one available to it. Like, as it stands, my space is, I don't know, my space is, I would say, 3 meters, or maybe 3.5 meters by 2.5 meters or something. So it's kind of making me go around in circles, maybe more than it would if you had more space. Full energy left. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, that's already recharged, so maybe this was just a recharge and I should head back now. Let's see where I go. I feel that I'm going back to where I was, so I might have done something wrong. Ooh. Yeah, isn't this... Okay, I messed up. I need to go back. Is there anything here that I can do? Not really. Alright, let's go this way. Oh, maybe I was supposed to charge my gun. Oh, that's already charged. There seems to be a blue and a red charge thing. So maybe I need to charge both hands with blue before whatever happens next happens. There we go. That looks much better.
Full energy right.
Full energy right. Now, can I charge? No, not this one. That one's already fully charged. So we've unlocked the next part. But yeah, again, like I said, the bigger of a space you have, the more the game can take advantage of it. Oh, okay, I remember this sort of thing. And there are things to kill at some point. So we're supposed to get to the top of this tower and kill the god. Nietzsche would approve. Well, always room for a joke.
I have personal reasons to pay a visit to our beloved God Emperor. My wife was one of the speakers. The things she witnessed as a child stayed with her. You can't erase that. Yeah, the speakers get paid. They spend their lives in luxury. That doesn't make up for all they have to go through. And yet my wife not only rejected that compensation, she decided to become a soldier. To serve God Emperor.
So it's kind of funny. First of all, there was no voiceover like narration that you're like you're hearing the character's narration now, and there was no such thing in the first side quest version that I played. And I have to admit, whoever's doing like the voice actor, their name was at the beginning of the title screen, and they're doing, I think, a pretty good job. Every time I hear God Emperor, I think of Dune. So yeah, there you go. God Emperor Leto Atreides II. And yeah, that was pretty much, in my opinion, the best of a strong series of books. And of course, I'm referring to the Frank Herbert 6 original books, because everything made afterwards by his son and his friend Ghost Rider has been abomination, and we will never discuss it, and we're all going to pretend that it never existed. Weapons do more damage, or provides information about devices. Long-range automap reveal. Let's go with weapons do more damage. I'm more into that. Okay.
Symbol translated. Navigation compass overlay activated.
Wait, so can I take more than one of these things? No, I don't think I can. Maybe I can take... I guess that's all I can do here for now. But you see, it feels like I'm going up, walking around in places, going down, and it feels like the space is bigger than it is. I've been walking around in the same, like I said, 3.5 by 2.5 maybe meters, and it doesn't feel that way, even though the game is winding me through a lot of corridors. And again, I can imagine this would be much more effective if I had a bigger space. So if you have a really... Well, the game does give you the option of playing it with teleportation, locomotion sort of thing, if you don't have enough of any room scale to use the proper functionality of the game. Although I'm not sure I'd recommend it, because really the whole room scale, impossible spaces angle is it's the main selling point of the game. Although, to be fair, it was the main selling point of the game, and now the game seems to involve a lot more. You've got voice acting, you've got more of a story. There was no real story initially. It was more of a tech demo. I don't want to go back there. Let's try going this way instead. So there you go. That's kind of messes with your mind, because it looked like you were going to loop back to the same thing, but in fact now you're somewhere different. And here we are. It is somewhere different. There's an elevator here. Let's go into this one. I still haven't met any enemies to fight, so hopefully we're gonna be able to use this gun sort of soon. I would like to. Now, if I click the trigger button, it goes into my hand. If I stop holding the trigger button, it sort of holsters back. So I'm kind of wondering how I'm going to shoot. Or we'll see. We'll figure that out when it's time for it. Or hopefully before it's too late. Oh, so this is closed, but there's another. There you go. I don't know what to do. Well, bashing it seems to have worked. I wish I could have shot it. But... Oh god. Okay, now I'm just melee damaging these guys instead of shooting them. I'd like to be able to shoot them. Damaged. Oh, okay. Now I can shoot. Can I? Wait a minute. You kill them and then they have these little smaller counterparts. See, it's weird with this game because you never know, like, just because you came from here doesn't mean that this will go here. You can, see, it goes somewhere else completely. Oh. That's kind of cool. And then this goes somewhere else. It doesn't loop back. I think this needs to be shot from. Now, can I just ignore it? What happens if I touch it? Can I just... maybe I can ignore it. I appear to have gotten close to target. That guy. Yeah, it looked like a mine.
EXM system detected.
EXM system detected. Should I be worried about that? Okay, so yeah, another thing that I should mention is that there are two modes in the game at the start. You can play action mode, which is more action-oriented and involves less gameplay mechanics. Or you can play exploration mode, which the game said involves more mechanics. So I'm playing exploration mode, so theoretically we're seeing more mechanics. Look at it, just winds around and winds around. Where it goes, nobody knows. Let's go this way. But do I want to go down? Who knows? I was close to the top and... Oh, I should have gotten away from that. What's my health like? Not so good right now. Low shield. And I'm out of gun. I'm out of ammo. So, melee. Back to melee. And by melee, I mean... Wait! I'm dead. I'm dead. So, run summary. Time, 16:15. Distance, 170 meters. 14 kills. Experience gained. Total to spend, 131. New game slot. Go to modifiers. Adjust the difficulty of modifiers. And let's exit. So, we have unlocks. We have modifiers. Some of the menus have this icon. Selecting it will provide you with info about the window. That's useful. Adjust the difficulty of modifiers. Make it okay. We know all that. Use bottom left button to create a new game slot. Fair enough. Calibrate height, whatever. It's got a lot of options. I'm not going to go into each one of them, but as you can see, everything is configurable. So unlocks. Weapons do more damage. So it's essentially a roguelike, because you do runs and you get credits to unlock perks. You also have modifiers that can change the actual gameplay mechanics. There are no robots at all. There are no hostile robots. There are fewer hostile robots, etc. So it's very, very customizable. But there you go. Do not consider this full review, because I'm not really in a position to give a lot of opinions about the game other than what I've said, comparing it to the side quest release and to the current release. It's for $19.95 if I remember. And I really do think it would definitely benefit from having a larger space. My space is about as big as, there you go, you can sort of, it's about as big as this rectangle that you're seeing here. Like when I activate my Guardian by moving my hand outside, it pretty much just outside the outline of this area. So that's the area that I'm using, and I think the game definitely would benefit from a larger play area if you have that. And again, if you don't, you can play it with teleportation, locomotion. But I think it, like Temple of the Eye, works much better if you're using your feet to move. Anyway, that was a not so quick look at T for God, and I hope it's given you some kind of impression of the game so that you can decide whether or not you want to try it for yourself. If you like the video, you know what to do. This is YouTube. Hit like and subscribe, do all that sort of stuff. And if you like if you'd like to see more content from our channel, well, again, you know what to do. Subscribe, and we appreciate it very much. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.